What up, YouTube? Welcome to our first ever episode of the Saber Show podcast. I'm your host, Gio, the Graphics Addict, and this is my co-host.
I didn't know we were doing names like that. Hi, I'm Josh, and welcome to the Saber Show podcast, as he's previously mentioned. I thought we would start off by introducing what we plan to accomplish with this podcast.
So, obviously, we are Star Wars enthusiasts, and we love lightsabers, and a lot of the podcasts you see on YouTube are talking about episodes and all that. We plan to do that, but we want to make our main, basis of lightsabers because no one has touched into that, especially in podcast form. So we will be talking about, lightsaber lore from either movies, comics, or episodes. We'll be talking about products from Ultra Saber, Saber Forge,
Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland, the whole
9 yards.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards of lightsabers. So that's pretty much what we're going to talk about on these podcasts. So each podcast will have a different lightsaber as the main topic. We'll talk about the backstory of it, what we like and don't like. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I thought we could start today by explaining, since it's about lightsabers, we should talk about our personal favorite lightsabers from the movies or the shows or whatever you feel like.
Okay, so my favorite lightsaber, obviously, as you could tell from the intro, is the Graflex. I like, Anakin and Luke, their variations of the Graflex. Rey, her variation is okay. I think the leather wrapping from, which episode is it? After it breaks?
8, yeah, in episode 8.
Episode 8, right? That leather wrapping, kind of not like my cup of tea. I like the clean look of it, which is why I bought a Prophecy V3 from Ultra Sabers, which is kind of Graflex inspired. But yeah, I don't know. I like Anakin. I like Luke. I like the Graflex.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm always stuck between this because I'm a huge original trilogy guy. I love the original trilogy. So Darth Vader's lightsaber as a kid always was the coolest to me because it had the wiring out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was black and silver. It had that really clean look to it. But honestly, as I've grown and aged with this series, I realized I really liked that Obi-Wan's episode 3 lightsaber. That's kind of like Luke's from episode 6.
Episode 1 Obi. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of episode 1 Obi-Wan lightsaber.
Very chonky.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, episode 3.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Episode 3's lightsaber is a really good one, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know, it's like Luke's but really clean. And I'm always been more of a fan of a blue lightsaber than a green. Yeah. And I just feel like with things like a blue lightsaber, for someone like Obi-Wan and that look, because he kind of passes his knowledge on to Luke. Mm-hmm. So it kind of feels good. It feels cool.
So yeah, bringing up the colors. What is your favorite color?
Oh, speaking of that, yeah, blue.
Blue?
Yeah, I would have to say blue. It's just Empire Strikes Back is the movie I had on repeat as a kid, a lot on VHS. So that fight between Vader and Luke in it, with the blue lightsaber and the red lightsaber in the dark, in the room with the carbonite. Yeah, that was always stuck with me. So yeah, blue's always been my favorite. How about you?
For me, I'm always tied between red and blue. I don't know. I like blue, or I like red because it's my favorite color. But then again, blue is also cool because of, Graflex and Anakin.
Yeah.
But in the Disneyland lightsaber building at Salvi's workshop, which we'll talk about on another episode, you know how they tell you to close your eyes and see what color calls out to you?
Yeah.
At first, I thought I was going for red, before building, I was like, I'm going for red. I like the dark side. I don't know. Something in me kind of just said blue. I don't know if it's the Graflex enthusiast in me or if it's because, I like Anakin and Obi, the good guys. Yeah. So I don't know. Right now, I'm still tied between blue and red. Mm-hmm. Green is okay. Purple's okay. What else? White is pretty cool too. Ahsoka Tano in Rebels has a white lightsaber. That's also cool.
Yeah, speaking about white lightsabers, I'm gonna be honest before we start this. I love white lightsabers in the extended universe and in Rebels. They're so cool in Star Wars, but when you have stuff the replica lightsabers, the stunt sabers from Ultra Sabers, it's if I have a white one, I kind of feel like I'm just holding a flashlight or like an office tube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I've seen it as. So I've always like veered away from that. But I do like the the gray Jedi code and all that noise.
Yeah. So like as he was saying with the products, Ultra Sabers, if you don't have a NeoPixel, they only come in with an in-hilt LED. So basically, if you take out the blade, it's literally just a flashlight, which is why he likes to shy away from white, because it's just gonna be a flashlight with a cool handle. So right now, as you can see, the light from here goes all the way to the tip, but if you have a longer blade, it kind of dims down, which you could kind of see here. So if you want like a bright LED, bright color lightsaber, go for like the tri LEDs, or go for a shorter blade or a NeoPixel, which is more expensive. But yeah, I understand, with the white. But I am tempted to get a white lightsaber. The hilt will be Kanan's lightsaber.
Kanan's lightsaber, yeah.
Kanan's lightsaber from Rebels. It's called the Spectron Ultra Sabers. It'll have the in-hilt engraving, which my Satil Shan lightsabers has. And then, I don't know. I just feel like it's cool with white.
Should we talk about what we have incoming already? Like what we've purchased since...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're going to talk about them here
so,
anyway.
Obviously, we have lightsabers here right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. You want to go down what I have and then what you have?
Yeah, you go first.
So, first, I have a Prophecy V3 from Ultra Sabers. And then I have a gold AliExpress lightsaber. And I have my Savi's Workshop lightsaber, which is back at my other house. I have a Kylo Ren lightsaber and Ben Solo lightsaber. And then I just recently purchased 2 hilts based on Satil Shan from the Old Republic game. I bought 2 because obviously in the game she has it as a double-bladed lightsaber. I bought a quick release. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so obviously I have my Dark Sentinel V4, or not Dark Sentinel, Dark Initiate V4 here with the windows, the silver AV switch,
mm-hmm.
and everything. And I do own from Disneyland. I have the Savi's Workshop Protection and Defense.
Oh yeah,
in blue,
mm-hmm.
and then I have the Mace Windu hilt, which obviously we'll be doing episodes on. I think we'll just dedicate a whole one to Savi's alone.
Yeah,
because I have the 4, mm-hmm. so we'll be okay there. And then recently, I purchased a mystery box, which should have been here 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
But, if things happen. So I guess,
yeah.
In these trying times, it's whatever.
Yeah.
With coronavirus going on. But, yeah. And I've also purchased about, what day is it now? 3 weeks ago, I bought a Dark Sentinel V4 Saber staff with a quick release. And for people who don't know quick release, you're kind of in for a treat when we get those.
Yeah, so I'll do a unboxing video on that. Mm-hmm. And I'll do a little quick view of what it is, and then on the podcast we'll talk more about it. But yeah, what else do you want to hit on?
I think that's pretty good for now. I think what we should do now is, so we talked about our favorite lightsaber hilts. We talked about our favorite lightsabers. What we have, what we don't have. Yeah, I think we should talk about obviously something like. Let's go with some things like. We've said our favorite lightsaber hilts, but we didn't say our favorite characters. So obviously we should touch on who we...
Characters.
So yeah, let's go top 3.
It's going spicy.
No, let's go...
It's getting spicy.
Top 3 light side users, top 3 dark side users.
Just for characters? Or
just for characters alone, like how they've developed through the series and how...
Alright, well, obviously, my first has to be Ahsoka Tano. And... before you guys say anything in the comments saying like I'm a bandwagon, no, I was there for the movie. Okay, I grew up with Ahsoka and seeing her whole story of her, maturing, growing up, and then losing interest in the Jedi Order and all that stuff. Oof, I love Ahsoka. So she's probably my first. My second, close first. My second would have to be Anakin Skywalker. I'm pretty sure I grew up with the prequels. I did watch the original trilogy when I was young, but most of it was always episode 3, seeing Obi-Wan and Anakin fight. I don't know. I like Anakin. He's a huge simp. I don't know. His the story of him like turning always caught my eye. And my third favorite character. That's a hard one. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's not a Jedi. It's not a Force user.
Yeah.
It is what's his name? Fives. I forgot. Is it ARC Trooper? Oh, yeah. ARC Trooper 5. Sorry, I was thinking Commando. Sorry. ARC Trooper 5s. I don't know. Just the fact that, like, he went out of his way to help Tup. Yeah. And, he knew all along about the chips.
Yeah.
And I like his helmet design. I plan on getting a helmet of his in the future. So, yeah, that's for, like, the good side.
Yeah. For
dark side, probably the first. It's kind of hard. I'd say, would Revan count?
Yeah, Darth Revan.
I like Darth Revan. I don't know, he's pretty cool. His 2 lightsabers, or should I say 4, because he had red, purple, green, and blue. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Darth Revan first. Second would have to be, well, obviously, Darth Vader, because the original trilogy, and he's Anakin. And then third, Darth Maul. I liked Darth Maul a lot when I was a kid, especially because he had 2 lightsabers, double bladed. I don't know. He was
yeah. So
what's yours?
If we're going good guys, bad guys, that's a better way. So we can don't have to just stick with the Force users. Well, my favorite good guy would probably be Han Solo. I always connected with him as a kid.
Yeah.
I love Han Solo more than anything. I had his blaster before I bought an Ultra Saber. It's just I love that man so much, and it's just his charm, everything about him.
And you have a jacket.
And I have his Episode 5 jacket, yeah. And then for number 2, it's probably honestly Obi-Wan. I especially with the new Clone Wars season and whatnot, it's really easy to fall for how cool Obi-Wan really is and how his loyalty is. He's actually just a character that develops because you can see, because he shows a really human side of the Jedi, I suppose, because a lot of people like Yoda, Ki-Adi-Mundi, they're very this is the Jedi code, I'm gonna stick to it. But you can see with Obi-Wan, he kind of bends the rules a lot, because he allows himself to get attached to Qui-Gon Jinn, his master. He was attached to Qui-Gon. He's attached to Anakin. That's why that's why Anakin did what he did, because he fell to the dark side, because Obi-Wan would never turn him over to the Jedi Council, because he loved Anakin.
Satine.
And Satine. Yeah, then obviously he broke by having attachment. He harbored feelings for Satine, as he said. Yeah, and then for number 3 on the good guys, I think
Satine.
I think it'd be Leia, honestly.
Oh, Leia's nice.
Yeah, I really like Leia, but if we're talking about Jedi, it'd be Luke probably. But yeah, probably Leia above Luke in my head. I just like how she's able to be. She was a very quirky girl, if you put it she gets saved from the Empire, and her first words are, "You came here in this piece of junk," or "You're a little short for a stormtrooper." She has some sass to her. I love her.
That.
Yeah. And then for dark side users, I think obviously my first would be Darth Vader. I love Darth Vader. It's just whole story, the Anakin thing, the Anakin turn, the Anakin turn. It's something with Darth Vader. There's so much about him, but there's so little they gave us in the 4, 5, and 6. Besides, your father was a great pilot in Episode 4. And what Obi-Wan has told us in the original trilogy, so we're kind of just left. Yeah, we're kind of just left with this dark character in the original trilogy, and they really expanded on him really well, I think, in the prequels. But the prequels are the prequels. But no, for number 2, this might be recency bias pretty hard, but Darth Maul, honestly. Darth Maul really grew on me, especially in season 7, because
season 7
they made him this more complete character. He's not just Kenobi or whatever he did for a while. It's just he has a character now. And then for 3rd, I'm not gonna lie, and this is a really weird pick, especially for me, for someone who bags on the sequels as much as I do. It's Kylo Ren.
Kylo. I forgot about Kylo.
Kylo's whole conflicted story, of course in the movies it's a little It's a little rushed. It's a little slow. It's a little paced. But if you just looked at the story like on paper, it's kind of cool. Like he has his whole conflict because his own uncle tried to yeet him for no reason
in his sleep.
Yeah.
No, but like I'm gonna touch bases on this a little bit. But the thing I liked about Kylo, because the sequels, it's kind of rocky, right? But the thing I liked about Kylo and Adam Driver is like all the other characters around him were kind of iffy, but he had that drive and like that same vibes of like Darth Vader and all that stuff. Like his character really felt like Star Wars to me, unlike the other characters where it was kind of like.
No, that makes sense. Like my thing about Kylo was like Kylo. He had like I feel like the reason he shined, like him and Rey just. I mean, obviously the series was about them, but like the reason they just was shining above everything is like with Han Solo in the original trilogy, right? You understood like, hey, this guy just wanted his money. Then he slowly grows feelings for Leia. Then he comes back for Luke, and he comes back for Luke. You saw him go from this guy who trusted nobody to this guy who only who trusted his crew, like with Leia, Chewie obviously he trusted because he started with Chewie. But yeah, we saw that character progression of him going from this just low life smuggler to him being, General Han Solo. Yeah, he saved the war. Yeah, on Endor. But we kind of got that with Kylo at the last like 10 minutes of Rise of Skywalker, where you see that full turn of we understood from episode 7 he was conflicted. He wanted to be stronger than Darth Vader, but at the same time he knew he was never for the dark side because he just assumed the dark side was like, his place because freaking Luke tried to kill him.
Luke had a dream.
Yeah, because Luke had a bad feeling. But yeah, I love and he had a cool lightsaber. Yeah. We'll touch base on that in a second, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I like how you talked about Maul, especially with season 7.
Mm-hmm.
Maul in the movies, obviously the prequels, when he dies, it's kind of iffy because no line or only a couple lines, and then he just dies, right? But then they brought him back in Clone Wars, and his character at first you could tell like he's struggling and he's like really on that revenge thing, and then like his character progression. I like how like Clone Wars and Dave Filoni made him a character. Like he's not just like Rose and he's not just there. Especially with season 7, the most recent episode where he does the Rogue One Darth Vader type. I don't know, that was pretty cool. It brought back a lot of childhood memories.
Wow, I straight up didn't name my favorite character in the entire series. I straight up didn't say Boba Fett.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
You did not?
Yeah, I've loved Boba Fett forever. Like, as a kid, he was the coolest character in the world. He just had a jetpack and a blaster. He had a helmet. He had that...
Mandalorians.
Yeah, he had that, like, Australian type accent where he's like, as you wish, I love...
And his father is the clones.
Oh, yeah.
His father is the father of the clones, pretty much.
Yeah. I love Boba Fett. I mean, like, he literally does near nothing. He dies in a Sarlacc pit because he gets his jetpack stabbed. But as a kid, you saw a guy in, like, this full green and yellow armor.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah. He's just
and
like the
dent
cool.
on his helmet.
Yeah, and a dent on his helmet. He's the coolest guy in the world to me.
Yeah, I love Mandalorians, especially with like having them touch base on like the Mandalorian. What is it? Planet?
Yeah,
right?
The
planet,
Mandalore.
right?
Yeah.
In the Clone Wars, that's pretty cool. Seeing Satine, seeing Bo-Katan, their armor, and like how Maul takes over, and then now, or before it was Death Watch, and then Maul's, I forgot what Maul's things are called.
Yeah, the dudes with the
red,
spike helmets.
Yeah, the red Mandalorians. And then all of a sudden, Bo-Katan comes back with the Death Watch, bada bing, bada boom. And then now you have the Mandalorian series on Disney Plus, and obviously they said something about a live action Ahsoka coming in, and because season 7 is out, we can see more of like how she'll play in that.
Yeah.
Because obviously she's with Death Watch, and who saves the guy? Who saves Mando? Death Watch. So maybe we'll see something there. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah. How long is what is Mando? 6 years after Episode 6, right?
I think so.
Or something like
that.
Something
like that.
Yeah, I really hope, because obviously if it's 6 years after Episode 6, right? Because because of the stormtroopers and everything. Yeah, that means Ahsoka's gonna be a little older.
Oh yeah, Ahsoka's gonna be older. So she's Rebels Ahsoka.
Is it Rebels Ahsoka? Because Rebels Ahsoka is, I don't know how long Because Rex is all old and stuff. So yeah, maybe.
Might be because there's still there's stormtroopers and rebels. I don't know.
But I'm really excited. See. I love them. I love the Mandalorian. Honestly, I think it was one of the better series of.
Oh wait, actually,
the streaming days.
The Mandalorian in Rebels. So Bo-Katan, is it? I think Bo-Katan takes over. I haven't seen Rebels. I don't know if I want to. We'll talk about it in another episode. But I think Bo-Katan or the guy, the mall guy with the blonde hair, that guy takes over. And instead of Satine's like pacifist Mandalorian or Mandalore, it's all like violence. So obviously in Rebels, a lot of their civilians have like their armor on. Where was I going with this? Shoot.
Are you lost?
Yeah.
Let me take.
Wait,
because I was thinking, because you know how in the Mandalorian, obviously in the Siege of Mandalore, we can see the Mandalorians are in great numbers, and in the Mandalorian, you know, it's obvious. It's something like there's nothing left of the Mandalorians. They stay underground. They hunt one by one. I really hope with Ahsoka coming in season 2, she sheds some light on the transition from the fall of Mandalore, or the Great Mandalorian Purge, to what we are now. Especially with Mando obviously being raised by the Mandalorians, he must have been told something. So I hope that we get some conflict, or we get something in there that sheds light on how the Mandalorians see themselves versus what really happened from Ahsoka's point of view.
I want to see lightsabers. I want to see some live action Ahsoka lightsaber action. Because in Rebels they do the Dark Blade, or what is it called again?
Darksaber,
yeah. Darksaber versus a regular lightsaber. I forgot who wields it. It's that Mandalorian girl versus Kanan.
Sabine?
Is it? Oh yeah, Sabine. Yeah. Sabine versus Kanan. Sabine has the Darksaber. And then Kanan has his lightsaber. I want to see that, but in live action, and instead of Sabine, it's Ahsoka.
I think
because
we missed
Gideon, right?
A completely easy. Oh.
Okay, we have a ring, and that senses when people walk by.
I was just saying we can cut this. That's why I stop talking every time.
Oh.
Yes, we just cut this like 10-second part.
Okay.
But it's just like, okay, coming back to it, I feel like we missed a really easy mark with us, which is, what's your favorite lightsaber battle? Wait, let's set a ground rule.
That's hard.
We can't say Anakin versus Obi-Wan, because Anakin versus Obi-Wan, it's such a long fight. Wait. We have it's obviously it's a beautiful fight. Like, I love that fight, but obviously it's too easy of an answer for both of
obviously us. Anakin and Obi is up there.
Yeah. All right. What is your second favorite lightsaber fight?
People are gonna say I'm a bandwagon again, but I do like the Ahsoka and Maul, but I don't know if I like that better than Luke versus Vader in the Death Star thing.
Episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just seeing Luke all you can see he's like kind of offensive and aggro.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's Darth Vader, super chill. I don't know. I liked it, and like, I'm pretty sure Luke does it where he keeps like pounding.
Yeah, he cuts off Vader's hand.
You can see that in Clone Wars. Anakin also does that against Barriss. We don't like Barriss, and other episodes, but yeah, I don't know. I think Luke and Vader.
Yeah. I think Luke versus Vader in episode 5 is actually
with the blue
pick.
lightsaber.
Yeah, because obviously you have that carbonite. You have the carbonite scene. The lighting's all dim. It's all it's all black, and then there's that scene where Luke is obviously like, he's panting. He's like jumping around. He's trying to get to Vader, and they fall down that vent. Or no,
that vent.
Yeah. Then they fall down. When he pushes Vader down, Vader screams a little bit, and you think Luke wins, and Luke jumps down, and Vader's just standing there, as Luke prowls, and you just hear that breathing, and then he just starts like throwing like TVs at him, and like it's really clear that Vader's just messing with him, and Luke has no chance. I really like that whole dynamic. Especially, obviously, it leads to one of the most iconic lines of all time, the "No, I am your father."
Yep. Not Luke, I'm your father. It's not that.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it Mandela effect? I was going to say Mandalore effect.
Mandalore effect. Yeah, I think that's a good wrapping up point for this show. What do you think?
I think that's good. So obviously we didn't talk. We talked a little bit of lightsabers and we talked a little bit of episode and whatnot. So that is a little bit of like a sneak peek of a preview of what our podcasts are going to be like. Obviously, we want to focus more on sabers, but we will touch base on like episodes. Obviously, in
especially lightsaber
one
fights.
day. In one day is the season finale of Clone Wars on May the 4th, and we want to talk about that after we talk about our lightsabers.
I think we should tell people what the next episode's about.
Yep.
Okay, so next episode we are going to be covering specifically Kylo Ren's lightsaber, the red crossguard. So please look forward to that.
It'll be the Kylo Ren lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge, the Legacy Kylo Ren. We don't have the Black Series FX one, so we're not gonna do a comparison, and we don't have like a Corband or whatever, or Vader's Vault. So we're just going based off of the Disney Legacy one, and then we'll do more like
in-depth lore.
Because obviously there's some lore to it. If you didn't know, I should have brought Ben Solo Saber. Dang it!
All right, we'll cover that in a separate episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Our socials will be TikTok. We have a TikTok, Saber Show TikTok, Saber Show _podcast. That's us, and then we have our individual TikToks. Well, I'll just put it up here.
Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you. Take care.
That's it. Bye.